Glove Galaxy, my journey to the world champions. Ready for action. Welcome to my channel.
Crawford is f***ing trash. Don't ever compare Crawford to Canelo again. Shout out young Triple G. He f***ing did his shit. I felt he won. At least a draw. F*** the judges. F*** you weirdos. You guys suck ass. And f*** Crawford. You're not pound for pound. Suck dick. You never fought nobody good. You fought Spence that had a car accident.
The most stunning reactions from boxing professionals to the fierce boxing match between Terence Crawford and Israil Medremov can be found here. Prior to the bout, famous promoter Eddie Hearn predicted the result with confidence. Hearn thought that this particular event would drastically alter Madam's career and make him famous. He thought that Madam was ready to defeat Terence Crawford in Los Angeles. This would be the battle that made Israil Medremov a household name. Earlier this week, Hearn stated on Twitter that Medremov entered the ring as the underdog but ended up winning. Although he would have been completely in line with Hearn's vision if he had triumphed, talk of his potential opponents would not have been in line with Madam's focus. I'm focused on this fight against Terence Crawford. I don't think about anything else. My goal is to win the fight, he stated prior to the fight. After the fight, we can talk about everything else. Although Tony Bellew had a lot of respect for Israil Medremov, he continued to believe that the USC fighter, who had defeated Errol Spence the previous summer, would lose to Terence Crawford. Crawford's name has been linked to several possible fights, most notably a high-profile matchup with Canelo Alvarez. Israil Medremov was Crawford's first opponent, and Bell expected him to continue his outstanding performance. Prior to the fight, Bell said, "I'd find it hard to back against Israil Medremov against most opponents, but Crawford is something special. You're looking at one of the best fighters of this generation, and he's not showing any signs of slowing down." You've heard Eddie Hearn talk about how wonderful he is. Israil Medremov is an excellent fighter with many great qualities, and you might have some good moments in the fight, but Crawford is on another level to most fighters, and I think he'll win again. The trainer of Joel Diaz, Israil Medremov, predicted that Medremov would be a difficult opponent. Diaz told Pro Box TV that the task was quite difficult. It is a privilege to work on a strategy to defeat Terence Crawford because he is the best fighter, pound for pound, and incredibly well-rounded. We have a solid fighter and a fantastic approach. We've had solid left and right-handers who are speedy fighters, so we can be prepared. Diaz continued, "You never know what to expect with Crawford and Israil Medremov because they both dominate their stances from both sides." Knowing their opponent, they were excited to enter the ring. He also added that he's been 100% disciplined. He makes his opponent uncomfortable, and it's not going to be easy for Crawford. Israil exudes confidence. Terence Crawford was expected to defeat Israil Medremov Crawford by quick knockout in his championship match. According to Virgil Ortiz Jr., currently 37, he possessed one of the least remarkable resumes for a world champion across multiple divisions, comparable to Adrian Broner. Long stretches of inactivity have been experienced by Crawford, and when he does compete, it's usually against less formidable opponents like David Annan or fighters who are past their prime like Sean Porter and Errol Spence. The true reason I think Crawford will win, I've been in the ring with him, is that it was simple work to build him up. He was probably around 180, according to trainer Robert Garcia, who was speaking to the news about Israil Medremov during his sparring with Virgil Ortiz Jr. Crawford predicted that he would be captured in less than 7 tensions between Virgil Ortiz and the undefeated Medremov after the latter made controversial comments in a recent interview, in which he claimed that Medremov was only playing with him during their sparring session, inciting a furor of hostility. Ortiz predicted an early knockout for Terence Crawford over Medremov. Virgil Jr. was not persuaded and said that he had total control over their session. His trainer, Robert Garcia, corroborated his assertion, saying that he had won the sparring match, as if winning and sparring were real things with trophies.
Sparring with Virgil Ortiz, he seemed to be a little apprehensive about what you had said. I don't know if it was lost in translation in the interview, but by chance, did you listen to Virgil's reaction to the sparring?
They asked him about me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, he's a good fighter, and this and that." And it's like, "What do you think of him?" And he was like, "Well, he's a normal boxer, and we went to just play with him or whatever." So I mean, to me, that's how do I say?
Dissing you, like dissing what?
Selection is throwing shade. You know what I mean?
There's nothing to really say. I mean, we had a good sparring. He's very good. He's athletic. He's quick. I was helping him in preparation in his fight.
Although Virgil Jr.'s response to the sparring may come across as petty, it's actually a strategy to create buzz for his next fight against Serhiy Bohachuk, the WBC interim junior middleweight champion. The fight hasn't been able to draw much attention from the public due to poor promotion, so no amount of hype will be able to pique fans' interest. Due to ongoing health problems, Virgil Jr. has missed far too many opportunities to compete. He hasn't had the chance to create a significant impression on the boxing community or draw attention from elite opponents. Though it seems a little opportunistic, Israil Medremov may be Virgil Ortiz Jr.'s clever way to attract attention. Let's hope Virgil doesn't make this his go-to-career move by bragging about his sparring experiences and trying to emerge as a training camp sensation. A fight that can happen, too said. In response to Ellie's backhanded statement, Robert Garcia stated that Virgil Ortiz could defeat Crawford. We move on that path as well. Virgil becomes the WBA champion, and Crawford becomes the interim champion. That's the next fight that may occur. Former Crawford opponent Chan Porter, who was heavily in favor of Virgil fighting Sebastian Fonder for the WBC Junior Middleweight Championship, offered his thoughts on the match, expressing great confidence that Bud could easily overcome the task posed by Israil Medremov. Porter said to DAZN that I had only just watched some Madav this morning when I first looked at it. Terran, I believe it always takes a few rounds to see what these guys have to offer. I anticipate seeing Israil Medremov in your face and the stick emerging from Crawford, he continued. I also anticipate that he will start the fight in an orthodox manner. You're going to have your hands full, but I think you can manage it. You always can. I think this battle will be entertaining. Some people are just meant to be in certain jobs, and this young man is meant to be in this job, prepared to take on Saul, Bud's entry into the category. In April, Bud faced Israil Medremov, who had defeated Megan Kuznetsov earlier in the year to win the WBA title. This was Bud's first test in the new weight class. Tim Bradley said that Terence Crawford is unbeatable and that he beats everyone he fights. Thus, Bradley said that Crawford would destroy Madoff during their match. He told me that anyone who thought they could outlive Crawford by waiting for him to get old was wrong. Bradley pointed out that 2 weeks earlier, Crawford had completed 15 4-minute rounds, 12 with Shakur and 3 with Shakur's cousin, with just 30 seconds of rest in between. He also mentioned that Crawford had an August fight booked and that he would easily defeat his opponent at 54, especially Madoff.
Hey, Crawford beats anybody he steps in the ring with. Anybody. He don't go, no one beats him. No one beats Terence Crawford. And everybody's trying to age him out. Bro, the dude 2 weeks ago did 15 4-minute rounds. 12 with Shakur, 3 with Shakur's cousin. 4-minute rounds, 30 seconds rest. Think about that. He has a fight when?
August 3rd. So you'll do good at 54.
He gonna crush this dude at 54.
Israil Medremov. He trains with Joel.
The Hall of Fame boxer turned pundit adopted a more cautious stance in a different interview, as seen in a recent ProBox TV broadcast. Bradley stated that Terence Crawford's ultimate goal is to fight Canelo Alvarez, as he is nearing the end of his career and wants to make as much money as possible. However, you guys mentioned that fighting Israil Medremov is not an easy feat. While this is going on, Terran needs to get past him. In the meantime, Israil Medremov said that Andre Ward has been helping Crawford spar. He said that while helping Terence Crawford might benefit him, it might not show in the ring if it inspires and benefits him. Ball is helping me with my combat readiness. Crawford and 40-year-old Andre Ward's training sessions have not garnered much notice. Israil Medremov and Ward have quite different fighting styles, and it appears from the workout video that Ward is not in the best of form. We all take our own paths, Israil Medremov continued. He chose to pursue a career in professional boxing, whereas I pursued an amateur career that led to several world titles. Compared to Crawford's professional record, Israil Medremov's lengthy amateur career has probably given him more experience. In the amateur ranks, Israil Medremov encountered many elite opponents. Eddie Hearn took the opportunity to provoke Crawford before the fight. But Crawford responded briskly in a video reflecting on his first world title win over Ricky Burns in Scotland, which Hearn had promoted. Crawford's professional record includes a number of matches against less formidable opponents, both early and later in his career. Israil Medremov added, "Once we got into the pros, we went the hard way. We chose the hard path, with all 10 fights being tough fights. 6 of them were title eliminators, and all of them were tough, so stiff competition. Yes, he's more known, but that's my opportunity." Hearn responded amusingly, saying that Crawford still owed him for a hotel breakfast and that the Burns fight should have ended in a draw. Crawford then went on to discuss his record of being 3-0 against Hearn, emphasizing his undefeated record in fights promoted by Hearn and his victory over Hearn's top champion. This lighthearted exchange turned serious when Hearn commented on Crawford's behavior leading up to the Israil Medremov fight. He noted that Crawford seemed unusually nervous and that his energy appeared off, implying that he might not be taking the fight seriously.
I don't think you can hoop.
What?
I
definitely can't hoop. Well, I can hoop. I'm probably still better than you at hooping as well. But I'm definitely
You ain't better than me in nothing.
Darts.
And talking, that's it.
Talking?
You talk a good game. You ain't better than me in nothing.
Darts.
Nothing.
Darts.
Nothing.
Darts.
Today.
You're very nervous today. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I've been here.
Your energy's all off.
I've been here.
I'm worried about you on Saturday.
Last time I recall,
don't think you're taking this fight right.
I'm 3-0 against you, sir.
That doesn't matter.
3-0.
One was against Ricky Burns, you're 135 pounds.
That's your best champion.
Though there was lighthearted banter, it was evident that the mental game was fully engaged. Israil Medremov presented a formidable challenge for Crawford, but the 135-pound fighter had methodically excelled in every division before this pivotal fight. Accompanying the main event was an impressive undercard, with Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz defending his super lightweight title. Additionally, there were 2 thrilling heavyweight matchups, with Andy Ruiz Jr. taking on Gerald Miller and the promising Jared Anderson taking on Martin. Both fans and analysts were eager to see if Crawford could rise to the occasion, as Medremov possesses immense strength and skill.
That's your best champion.
That was your hardest fight.
That's your best champion.
That was your hardest fight.
Why would you disrespect your best champion?
This is going to be your hardest fight, Saturday.
That's your best champion.
Yeah,
Why would
115,
you disrespect
113. Should have been a draw.
Never.
See the scorecards?
See, man, where Ricky at, man? I like Ricky, dude. Where Ricky at? Man, you disrespectful.
You robbed him in Scotland.
You disrespectful.
You robbed him in Scotland.
I robbed him.
If you like this video, be sure to watch some of our others that are displayed on the screen.